My name is Al Watson. We're here in Baltimore, Maryland. Mana Group is a collective of 4 individuals: myself, Matt, Al, Nicole, and Arnold. That's how Mana Group came into being. That's the acronym that stands for the name. It also stands for making a necessary adjustment, and it's also spiritually based because manna is in the Bible and in Genesis, and that's how our name came into being. Myself and Matthew met in grad school, and also Nicole met in grad school as well. We met at the University of Baltimore, in classes for conflict negotiation management. So we all came through in the very beginning of the class of the new inception of the whole program between University of Baltimore and Coppin State, at that time Coppin State College, which is now Coppin State University. And Arnold I knew previously from high school. He's also a mediator as well. It was just a collective of understanding that we could take the things that we understood about conflict, the theory side, and take it to the communities we believe were underserved with it. Of course, unfortunately, we have a lot of violence that happens in African American communities through young folks not understanding what do I do when conflict happens. And a lot of folks have one particular way in which they resolve it. It's always the same as either I'll curse you out or I'll knock you out. And we need to understand there are different ways of resolving it that doesn't make me seem like weak, soft, or a punk. Last year we went into partnership with an organization called Safe Harbor, which is a Christian counseling organization, and they have offices in like 5 different states, and we provide divorce divorce mediation for them. And it's based biblically, so that folks, like saying, you would never think that that's something. Obviously we talk about divorce in church. How does that work out? We try to come in and be that 9th inning pitcher to try to save the day if it's something that could possibly happen. Try to work out the different challenges and things that have been happening. And if not, then it is a situation where we try to help them at least work out where, okay, we might not like one another, but we're going to do what's in the best interest of the child going forward and try to resolve whatever challenges may be so that they can at least be communicative with one another and go from there. One of the next phases for us as an organization, we're taking a very, very large step. The video is called Reconciliation. It's in the works now. We're working with Mr. Janks Morton, who created What Black Men Think, and the next stage was Men to Boys, which they're going on tour with now. He and another friend of mine, Mr. Lamar Darnell Shields of the Urban Leadership Institute. We want to try to bring together men who have never met their biological fathers, have that conversation with the biological father, the son, and the mother, to try to. It's going to be a flashpoint, and we understand this, and that's why we're there to try to help work with those different challenges. And also, Mr. Janks Morton is also a psychologist not a documentary, but he's a psychologist by nature, to try to deal with all the different challenges that might go on. But when that flashpoint hits, there'll be a lot of screaming, a lot of crying, but that's the healing as well, and that's really the work that needs to be done. We're working with school after-school program at St. Ambrose Youth Outreach, and we have classes that we work for young boys, but our emphasis on this particular one is working with the young girls. And Miss Christine Evans, who's one of our consultants, she handles that whole program. Next year we've already geared up for our classes, the emphasis on etiquette for young girls, just understanding what it is to be a young lady that transitions into a woman. The emphasis being, we know how society is focusing on them to create more violence within women, because you're seeing it in urban areas. You're seeing the young women being more aggressive than the young boys, quick to fight, quick to pull out knives. I've seen cases and situations where women are the level of intensity with the emotion goes from 0 to 60 very quickly, and women do some heinous things to one another, bleaching eyes, and the level of retribution is unmatched by men. Men either are quiet or it's death, which I know are two extremes, but that middle, ladies are doing some very heinous things to one another. Right now we're working on another project as well to help create a manual for best practices with student, teacher, and parent relationships. It's important that the young folks, our students, know that the parents are on their side, the teachers are on their side, the administration is on their side to best benefit them. But if there's no vehicle where parents and teachers have a good relationship, like I remember when I was in school, my parents just believed everything my teacher said, so there was no playing my teacher against my parents or my parents against my teacher. Where does it go from here? Prayerfully, hopefully, just to be a vehicle for healing and whatever that looks like, whether it be specifically with conflict resolution, obviously, mediation. The cleaner I am as a person, if I can take all the junk of life, take all of the hurts and the pains off of myself, then I'm working with folks to understand conflict, understand their interpersonal relationships, then the more that I can being able to be transparent and stripped down, and they can do the same. So I can't ask people to do all these other things if I'm not willing to do it myself. It has to happen when I meet folks who have been in more challenging situations, where you have a young girl who was raped, and then now her actions going forward, you know, when she was raped at 5, and her actions now forward make her a little bit more aggressive or promiscuous, and she meets a man who's maybe in the same situation, because now we have men who are being molested at, you know, or we're being more honest about it, and these two people meet and they're trying to have an interpersonal relationship, and they have all this baggage they could probably be great for one another, but because of all the different struggles and challenges that are going on, that's where those things are not meeting. And it's not that they aren't good for one another, it's just that we have so much baggage that we need to work through, that our job is possibly to help them through that in some way, shape, or form. So if that's our job, to be that conduit, that vessel, whatever it is, then that's what we're going to do. I'm just a servant of people, however that works. Whether it's picking up shovels and, you know, planting a garden, or whether it's, you know, trying to help unite people when they're having struggles in their communities. Whatever that may be, I think I'm just to be a servant of people, and that's just it. Your name means everything. It means a lot to me. My word is everything that I strive for right now. Okay. Because that's your integrity, that's your character, that's your everything. When someone speaks your name and they say, well, this person's a good person, then that has to be it. That's the only thing I can really say. It's just to go forward, stand strong, and just be the best person that you can be. Just be honest with yourself. That's it. And I don't want to do work, because that's something that people put on. You put on a job. Everybody's here for a specific reason. God has given them a gift or a talent to do something. And when you do other things, you're not walking in whatever that is. And that's where the struggle is, because you're doing something that's not natural for you. You know, me being a third party is just natural for me. So, you know, whatever your calling, your gifting may be, whether it's being a party planner, things that just automatically are fun for you, that is your gifting, and you just have to walk in it and believe in it, that, you know, it'll make way for you. And if you're doing what's true to yourself, everybody sees that, because you'll be paid for something that you would do for free. And it's the best thing in the world when you come to work and it's not work.